So they're not going to kill the HEMI, I don't think, but I do think they're going to make it some kind of hybrid HEMI, electric HEMI, future HEMI, something like that. SRT team no longer exists. An SRT specific team, probably not. And they're probably going to end up getting rid of SRT altogether and just call it something else. Squad, what's going on? This is your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in the car. That makes this a car vlog. You already know how it's going down when I come around, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm trying to disarm my car lock because I know it's going to go off at some point during the video. Tail with it. But as always, guys, car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around, right? So got some sad news here. You know, if you're a Dodge guy, you pride yourself on 3 letters or 3 numbers, right? Whether it's SRT, whether it's 392, you pride yourself on the badges. You pride yourself on the RT. You pride yourself on the SCAT PACK B. You pride yourself on a lot of things, man. The big HEMI, 6.4 liter, 5.7 liter, 6.2 liter supercharged, whatever the case may be. These are things that we've grown to love about Dodge. Specifically the Charger and Challenger, but most recently the Trackhawk, the Jeep, Durango Hellcat, Ram Hellcat. You know, it spreads all over the spectrum. To my understanding, and this is probably not new news to you guys, the SRT team, as we all know it, is dead. The engineers have been absorbed within Stellantis, Stellantis, which is the merger between FCA and PSA. And they're calling it the Stellantis Group. Correct me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I haven't actually heard anybody say it. But there is no more FCA. There is no PSA. It's just Stellantis or Stellantis. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Stellantis. I'll put up the spelling online. So needless to say, they're taking the SRT team, which was literally just that. If you're not familiar with the SRT, Street and Racing Technology Team. They were a special set of engineers that specialize on building SRT specific cars, whether it's the Hellcats, the Challenger Charger, whether it's the Trackhawk Jeep, whether it's the Hellcat Durango, whether it's the Ram TRX. They specialized in SRT specific products, right? The top of the line Mopar that you could get. And this spans all the way back to 1989, before I was even born, man. Real talk. I had no idea that SRT has been around since the 80s, to be honest with you, man. Way before I was born. The SRT team was created in 89, because if you're familiar, SRT has been around for a while. I mean, they've been creating the SRT Rams. They had the SRT 10 Rams. They had, the SRT Neons, the SRT 4 Neons, Dodge Neons. The Vipers, come on now, SRT Vipers. And then of course in 2015, well, not 2015, 2008, 2006, something like that. That's when the Charger and the Challenger were created and came back on the scene and basically, you know, took SRT to another level, but they have been demolished. Now, what I understand about this from reading the articles, and I'll put this article, the link up online for you guys, motor1.com, basically states that the SRT team is not going to be a standalone team of engineers. They're going to be absorbed into the Stellantis group. So they'll no longer be an SRT specific team. It will basically be spread out over the entire organization, right? Now, also to my understanding, SRT will be around. They will continue to make, and when I say they, I'm talking about Dodge, I'm talking about Ram, I'm talking about Jeep, will continue to make SRT-based vehicles, performance-based vehicles. And I even understand that they're still going to put the SRT badging on those cars coming forward or going forward, right? So there isn't an SRT team anymore, but there will be a specialized high-performance SRT unit of cars, right? So if they continue to make the Chargers and the Challengers, there will be an SRT Charger and Challenger. If they continue to make the Rams, there will be an SRT Ram, so on and so forth. SRT will stay around as far as the badging is concerned, but the team has been dissolved. Why this is important is because, let's be honest here, we're living in the last days of the V8. And by V8, I'm talking about the engine, man. These twin turbo engines, twin turbo V6 engines, electronic engines, some of those cars are getting the best of even the biggest and most powerful V8. Let's be honest here. The V8 is not economical. It's not feasible. It requires more maintenance. It requires expensive maintenance. You're at the gas station more often. You need that premium gas, so it's not economical from a gas point of view. These big manufacturers are getting charged all kinds of tax on like gas guzzler and stuff like that. I know Dodge recently got hit hard when they came out with the Demon and then came out with the Trackhawk. They got hit pretty hard in taxes for gas guzzlers because all sorts of EPA regulations are being created every single year, where basically things are becoming more efficient. They're getting rid of those big engines, those big gas guzzling, emitting all kinds of harmful smoke and all that stuff into the atmosphere. They're getting rid of those cars. A lot of things are moving electric, guys. Let's be honest here. A lot of things are moving electric. Chevy's got the Volt. Dodge doesn't have anything electric right now, to my understanding, but they're moving towards that. Ford actually came out with the Mustang Mach-E. That's electric. And then, of course, they've got the hybrid electric system in the Ford Mustang. Ram has been playing with the hybrid system in their 5.7 liter. So they got a 5.7 liter hybrid engine, right? Where I think it's kind of half and half as far as the electronics are concerned. But the fact of the matter is, guys, 6.2 liter, 6.4 liter, 7 liter engines are no longer going to be around. We are literally living in the last days. And when I say last days, I'm talking maybe 3 to 5 years. I think 3 to 5 years, we'll probably see a major shift to electric engines. And some people will miss the HEMI. Some people will miss the V8. Some people will not, because I think that you can do a lot more with an electric engine than you can a mechanical engine, right? Mechanical engines heat up. They have all sorts of parts that are connected. They have all sorts of this. They've got the transmission. They've got bearings and things that can go wrong, hundreds of thousands of parts into one engine. And if one of those parts are not functioning correctly, the car is not functioning correctly. With the advent or the creation of engines such as, not engines, but cars and manufacturers such as Tesla, a lot of these other American manufacturers have to take heed. I mean, they can't keep making 6, 7, 8 liter Hellcat engines well into the 2000s, well into the future. That's just not, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense from an economical perspective for us as the consumer, and it doesn't make sense for the manufacturer to keep making those big V8 engines. I mean, they're not going to get rid of them all at once. I don't see Dodge just completely scraping the HEMI all at once, but I think slowly but surely they're going to start to phase it out. And I think with this new iteration of the Charger and Challenger, probably even the Jeep, but most specifically the Charger and Challenger, I think Dodge is going to come out of their hat with something interesting. And I say that to say whether it's a hybrid Charger. Now, of course, they're probably still going to have the Hellcat, still going to have the Red Eye, and whatever's above that or in that range. Like I said, I don't see this shift taking place anytime soon, but slowly but surely they're going to start to introduce maybe a hybrid edition, a hybrid HEMI, or just a hybrid V6, maybe a hybrid SXT, hybrid RT, and then slowly but surely they're going to start making performance-based hybrid vehicles. You know, a Charger sitting on I don't know, an electric motor or something like that, that can do 700 plus horsepower. That, I mean, maybe not even horsepower, but, 200 miles an hour. I mean, Tesla right now has cars that can smoke our most powerful cars. I mean, I've seen those P100D Tesla SUVs. I've seen them smoke Hellcats because they're all-wheel drive, so they get off the line. There's no spinning. I've seen them smoke Hellcats. They've got an insane mode that can It literally is just that. I actually sat in one and had them get into insane mode. And when I say my body was pinned to the seat, I mean just that. Now, I've been in a red eye. I've been in a Hellcat. I haven't been in a Demon. But, I mean, aside from just a hard pull, very rarely does my body just get thrown like that. But when I say my body was thrown to the seat, I mean just that. I mean, the future is electronic. The future is hybrid engines. The future is twin turbo V6 engines. V8 is dying. It's not dead, but it is dying. And the fact that this new merger has taken place in the FCA group, as we've all known, it no longer exists, that should let you know that slowly but surely things are going to change. I mean, if you look at the merger or when Dodge itself was picked up by FCA, you can look overnight at the body shift from the 2013-14 Chargers and Challengers, or at least the Chargers specifically, to the 2015. It was overnight. You know, it was a huge day and night difference. You know what I'm saying? Which I agree with. I like that change, but you can almost imagine when the next generation comes out, it's probably going to be something even more different, which could be a good thing. You know, we definitely need some updates and some revisions and things like that. But the fact of the matter is that the engine that we love, the 392, the 426, the 292 V6, the 5.7 liter, 245, what's that, a 245? 345, I'm sorry. No disrespect to you RT guys. 345 engine. The engines that we love are going to the wayside. We're going to lose them probably within the next 3 to 5 years, maybe 10 at max. The future is hybrid. The future is electric. The V8 is the past, and the V8 is dying. And that means the HEMI is dying. Now, how they keep the HEMI name around, I'm sure that they're going to. I'm sure they're not just going to kill it, because to kill the HEMI is almost to, you know, I don't know, to change the basketball company that NBA uses. Instead of using Spalding, they're using like Adidas or something like that. It's like, you know, Spalding and the NBA go hand in hand. So they're not going to kill the HEMI, I don't think, but I do think they're going to make it some kind of hybrid HEMI, electric HEMI, future HEMI, something like that. But the fact of the matter is that the V8 is dying, and I think that this merger is going to expose that even further. SRT team no longer exists. SRT cars will exist. I think they'll still put the badges on the cars, but as far as there being an SRT specific team, probably not. And they're probably going to end up getting rid of SRT altogether and just call it something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see what the future holds for Dodge, for Jeep, for Ram, for Mopar in general. But I think that there are going to be some sweeping changes coming here pretty soon. So, you know, just tune in, man. But SRT, as we know it, is dead, guys. Rest in peace, man. I had no idea that the SRT team was created in 1989, but it is. When you think about it, they've been doing it since the Ram, the Viper, the Neon. I just didn't know. I just didn't realize that. But yeah, that's the situation, guys. Talk to me. How do you feel? The future is electric, man. The HEMI is dying. Talk to your boy. As always, it's been your boy Knockout 360. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.